Iron Law of Prohibition. The Iron Law of Prohibition is a term coined by Richard Cowan in 1986 which posits that as law enforcement becomes more intense, the potency of prohibited substances increases. Cowan put it this way: the harder the enforcement, the harder the drugs. This law is an application of the Alkyon-Allen effect. Libertarian Judge Jim Gray calls the law the cardinal rule of prohibition, and notes that is a powerful argument for the legalization of drugs. It is based on the premise that when drugs or alcohol are prohibited, they will be produced in black markets in more concentrated and powerful forms. Because these more potent forms offer better efficiency in the business model, they take up less space in storage, less weight in transportation, and they sell for more money. Economist Mark Thornton writes that the Iron Law of Prohibition undermines the argument in favor of prohibition, because the higher potency forms are less safe for the consumer. Findings. Thornton published research showing that the potency of marijuana increased in response to higher enforcement budgets. He later expanded this research in his dissertation to include other illegal drugs and alcohol during Prohibition in the United States, 1920 to 1933. The basic approach is based on the Alkyon-Allen theorem. This argument says that a fixed cost, for example transportation fee, added to the price of two varieties of the same product, for example high-quality red apple and a low-quality red apple, results in greater sales of the more expensive variety. When applied to rum running, drug smuggling, and blockade running, the more potent products become the sole focus of the suppliers. Thornton notes that the greatest added cost in illegal sales is the avoidance of detection. Thornton says that if drugs are legalized, then consumers will begin to wean themselves off the higher potency forms, for instance with cocaine users buying coca leaves, and heroin users switching to opium. The popular shift from beer to wine to hard liquor during the U.S. Prohibition era has a parallel in the narcotics trade in the late 20th century. Bulky opium was illegal, so refined heroin became more prevalent, albeit with significant risk from bloodborne disease because of injection by needle, and far greater risk of death from overdose. Marijuana was also found too bulky and troublesome to smuggle across borders, so smugglers turned to refined cocaine with its much higher potency and profit per pound. Cowan wrote in 1986 that crack cocaine was entirely a product of the prohibition of drugs. Clinical psychiatrist Michael J. Reznicek adds crystal meth to this list. In the 2010s, the Iron Law has been invoked to explain why heroin is displaced by fentanyl and other, even stronger, synthetic opioids. With underage drinking by teens in the US, one of the impacts of laws against possession of alcohol by minors is that teens tend to prefer distilled spirits, because they are easier to conceal than beer. Derivation. Consider the situation where there are two substitute goods XH, \display style X sub H, and XL, \display style X sub L, denoting the higher and lower quality goods with respective prices PH, \display style P sub H, and PL, \display style P sub L, and where PH greater than PL, \display style P sub H greater than P sub L, I.T. The higher quality good has a higher price. Each of these goods has a compensated demand curve, a demand curve which holds utility constant, of the form. Suppose that there is an associated cost tau, \display style \tau, that is added to each good due to transport costs. We want to know how the ratio of demand XH, XL, \display style X sub H / X sub L changes for the two goods based on tau, \display style \tau. Taking the derivative with respect to tau, \display style \tau, yields. From our assumptions, we have that the total price for each item is Pi plus tau, \display style P sub I plus \tau. Therefore, we may compute Xi, tau, \display style \partial X sub I / partial \tau, to be. We may now rewrite 1 as. Finally, using the cross-elasticity of demand. Now, we want to show that tau, XH, XL, greater than 0, backslash display style backslash partial underscore backslash tau x sub h slash x sub l greater than 0, but seem to be stuck with elasticities that are indeterminate. However, Hicks' third law of demand gives us epsilon HH equals minus epsilon HL, backslash display style backslash epsilon underscore HH equals backslash epsilon underscore HL, and epsilon LH equals minus epsilon LL, backslash display style backslash epsilon underscore LH equals backslash epsilon underscore LL. To see why this is, suppose that we take a more general version of the compensated demand function with n backslash display style n goods and compensated demand curves hi, p1, pn, u, backslash display style h sub I, p1, backslash dots, p sub n, u, for I equals 1, n, backslash display style I equals 1, backslash dots, n. For a homogeneous function f, z1, zn, v, backslash display style f z sub 1, backslash dots, z sub n, v, of degree m, backslash display style m, defined as. Compensated demand functions are homogeneous of degree 0, since multiplying all prices by a constant lambda greater than 0, backslash display style backslash lambda greater than 0, yields the same solution to the expenditure minimization problem as the original prices. Thus, using Hicks' law, 3, is rewritten as: suppose for the sake of contradiction that tau, xhxl, less than or equal to 0, backslash display style, backslash frac, backslash partial backslash tau backslash left backslash frac, x sub h x sub l backslash right backslash leak 0. Then,